Welcome to Community Talk, a public affairs presentation of the MSA United Way and Super Talk 1270. Now your host, Jena Gullo.
Good morning, Bismarck, Mandan. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you to my lovely mother in Western New York. She's our loyal listener. I cannot wait. My parents are going to be here in less than 1 week. Woo! So they love coming to North Dakota. I'm going to take them to the Morton County Fair. I've done that in the past, too. They love it. We go to the rodeo there. It's so much fun. And they like shopping, supporting the Bismarck-Mandan commerce.
Jena has her pulse on what's going on in the community, right?
Yeah, and we're going to take them on the pontoon for the first time. I hope that goes okay.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, my dad historically hasn't really liked boats. But we'll find out.
Yeah.
The river is so pretty. How can you not go on it?
That's true.
I want to introduce my co-host today. The mysterious voice in the background, Ms. Nicole Pesky, is our marketing manager at United Way. Nicole, how do you like things at United Way? How's life?
I'm loving it. Yeah. Special thank you to Amber for trusting me with her spot today, co-hosting with Jena.
Amber Johnson had a conflict. She's working hard as ever.
That's right.
But gosh, Nicole, you do such a good job, such a nice job on the radio, and you fit in so well with the United Way team. You have just been going full speed ahead planning for Day of Caring.
Oh, I'm going to turn all red. Yeah, I love it. I love it, love it, love the work of the United Way, love the mission, love everything they do. Yeah, we're gearing up for Day of Caring. It's coming up here in just 2 weeks tomorrow.
I can't believe that. That means half of our summer is over.
I know. I don't know what happened. But
you have a lot of people already signed up for the event, which is August 10th. If anyone is not yet signed up, we're gearing up for over 1,000 volunteers, and people always wait till the last moment to get their numbers in once they reserve their project spots. But you have a ton of people already signed up.
Yeah, we're a little over a half, and yeah, definitely, if you haven't registered yet, go on and look at the projects that are available, because it'll just start dwindling down here as it gets closer to the date, and we really want you to get matched up with a project that are doing the projects that are of most interest to you with the nonprofits, parks, and schools that matter most to you.
So yeah, tell our listeners, if anyone's been living under a rock the last 15 so years, what Day of Caring is.
Oh, so Day of Caring is just this awesome one-day volunteer event where we're going to have over 1,000 people from our area who are going to be volunteering at 50 different sites. And those are mostly nonprofits, but some schools and also some parks are going to be involved as well. So it's really just a super fun, high energy, great day. And boy, let me tell you, the nonprofits that we work with they're just so happy to have the volunteers come to their sites, because I've worked in nonprofit my whole entire career, and I can tell you, well, we know this from United Way too, right? That there's always things on your list that you just can never seem to get checked off.
No kidding. And you don't have the money to check them off. It's part of the problem. You don't have the money or the people.
Right, exactly. So it's just awesome to have these volunteers coming out and helping these nonprofits.
It is, and it saves our community over $200,000, and probably much more, but that's just what we're able to track in labor and in-kind donations. So it's really neat. The team captain is a volunteer, and they help to recruit lunches for the volunteers, all the project supplies, and sometimes they're enormous supplies. And then also United Way recruits teams, and we get Paramount builders. We get, just people that are just amazing. Sherwin-Williams came and painted our entire interior of our United Way office.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know who else I've been so impressed with through this process is the business community. I just cannot believe the amount of businesses that we have that tell their employees, you know what, if you want to volunteer on Day of Caring, we're going to put together a team, and we're going to donate your time that day, so you don't even have to take a vacation day.
I know. And the best thing about it is a lot of people who may not have experienced volunteering before, or maybe aren't really sure maybe they're nervous. Sometimes people are shy. Maybe they're not sure what the needs are.
Right.
They're able to experience the needs of our community firsthand by going and visiting and working at these agencies that United Way supports.
Yeah. And, it's for people of all different skill levels, because I think sometimes people think, too, that projects like this take groups with a certain technical skill. But, oh, my goodness, we have all kinds of projects ranging from cleaning to painting to, and some building and that kind of thing, too. But really, there is something for everybody.
So how do people sign up?
So you go on to volunteerbisman.com and click on Day of Caring and just look at the projects that are available there.
Yeah, so volunteerbisman.com. The Day of Caring is August 10th. That's a Wednesday. We have half-day projects. We have full-day projects. We have, over 70 different projects around the community.
Yes, it's nuts. Lots of them.
You can go and peruse volunteerbisman.com. You can sign up if you have any questions whatsoever. Or if you still want to be a team captain, there's room for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. We have, I think, 3 or 4 slots left. So definitely get in touch with us, 255-3601.
Yep, and it's a great leadership opportunity, too, for bosses out there that are looking to develop the skills of their employees. Send them on over to United Way. We have lots of committees, lots of volunteer opportunities. In fact, we have volunteers every day of the week over at 8 different parks in Bismarck and Mandan. We do our free summer meal program. So if you want to get involved, you want to support that, we're making sure that kids and adults have a place to go during the summertime. We will be talking with the Wal-Mart Foundation, Wal-Mart Foundation State Giving Program. We are blessed to be a recipient. Join us in just a couple minutes.
Right now, 75.
Here's Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director for the Missouri Slope area-wide United Way, and co-hosting with me today is the Marketing Manager at United Way, Ms. Nicole Pesky.
So happy to be here.
It's fun having you here, Nicole.
I like it.
So smiley and...
I like it.
We should stream this on the web, and then we'll be live, and people can just tune in and see how goofy we are here.
We do.
But I mean live, like right now.
We're live right
but
now.
with a camera.
Oh.
Then we'd have to do our hair.
Working on that.
Okay. We'll bring in our webcams.
Yeah, right.
And a special thank you in the background every other week, Jim Walsh from Super Talk 1270. Town Square donates this time to United Way. We are ever so appreciative.
Great. That's awesome.
For the time.
They put up with a lot.
They do. That you have no idea.
He is not disagreeing right now,
And the
Jim.
feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to bring awareness to community needs. And one of those needs that United Way has been targeting for the last couple of years is hunger in the community.
Yep.
So sad. So sad when we're having kids who are going home hungry over the weekends when they're leaving school on Friday and they're not eating until Monday morning. I see it all the time when I do foster care. And I get these kids on Sunday night, and they literally have not had a meal since they left school at lunchtime on Friday.
Yeah. There's no reason for that.
No reason. In fact, in Bismarck, Mandan, there's 1 in 5 kids who are dealing with issues of hunger. There are 7,000 people in our community, and we don't have a soup kitchen in our community. And so there's many ways that United Way is tackling this problem. One is we're looking to start up a soup kitchen, maybe not a United Way soup kitchen, but a community soup kitchen. We've been working on that for the last couple of months here. And our short-term solution to get us through and buy us some time is to serve meals in the parks. And we are so grateful because we would not be able to make this happen without Mandan Public Schools and Bismarck Public Schools making the meals. And so United Way is paying for the adults. USDA is paying for the kids. And so far this summer, we did help promote it in our backpack program. We've served over 10,111 meals to kids this summer.
Wow.
And this is, I think, as of June 13th. And for adults, we've served 2,390 meals.
That's amazing. I feel like we should have some background applause or something. I don't know. That's just...
It's really unbelievable, and we're so grateful to the sponsors who make this happen. And so we have in studio with us today a really, really big reason why United Way is able to meet the needs of our community during the school year. It's because of the Wal-Mart Foundation. We have Tim Morris, who's the store manager from the North Wal-Mart, who I had the pleasure of meeting the other week when he allowed us to come in and speak with his management team. We have Tim Morris representing the Wal-Mart Foundation State Giving Program. Thanks for being here, Tim.
Absolutely. Good morning.
So, Tim, talk to us about... Well, we're not getting a tornado warning, are we? Are we all safe? Do we need to hunker down under the desk, Jim?
We're fine.
Oh, okay, good, because my mother's listening. We don't want her to be concerned, you know?
Right.
Okay, but we're back with Tim Morris from the North Wal-Mart. He's a store manager. And Tim, talk to us about what is the Wal-Mart Foundation State Giving Program.
The Wal-Mart Foundation State Giving Program is a great program we started with Wal-Mart that supports organizations that create opportunities so people can live better. We award grants that have a long-lasting positive impact on communities all across the U.S. We look for organizations that help the communities that we serve in and make a significant social impact as well for areas of hunger relief, healthy eating, sustainability, career opportunity, and then also women's economic empowerment is where we kind of focus those.
So Walmart is super generous. I feel like Walmart does have a reputation for being a very generous organization. What kinds of organizations do you typically work with when you're working with the Wal-Mart Foundation?
There's a ton. Just looking at, that's some of the areas we try to impact, but anything local within that community. And, we've helped Ruth Myers, Aid Incorporated,
Great Plains Food Bank.
Yeah, Great Plains Food Bank we do locally. A couple years, I think it was about 5 years back, Walmart had purchased a refrigerated truck for the food bank.
They do, and they help out all of our United Way programs because what they do is they go around to the grocery stores, which is awesome. And so they'll get any produce that, is going to soon expire. They're able to get it to our food pantries like Salvation Army, Aid Incorporated, and so that they're able to be given directly to people that same day.
That's
it's
amazing.
Awesome.
That's
It
amazing.
is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a big kudos to Walmart for doing that. And so this last year, Tim, we were so blessed because, we had started the United Way backpack program knowing that kids are going hungry over the weekend, but we started with just elementary age students because we weren't sure what the need would be. We weren't sure how expensive the program would be, and if we'd be able to find donors to be able to cover the costs. And so we started with about 400 or so backpacks, and then we applied to the Wal-Mart Foundation, and we applied to be able to serve kids in middle school and high school, and you awarded us a $25,000 grant for us to be able to do just that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I mean, it's got to feel so good for Walmart employees to know that you're directly responsible for making sure kids in Bismarck-Mandan are not going hungry over the weekends.
Yeah, just like you said, we got to meet a little while back, and you came in. I think one of the most impactful things is for you guys to come into the store and let us know where some of the funds go, and we try to do that in our meetings. And just in our store alone, we have about 387 associates. So, when you guys are able to take time out of your day to come down there and let us know where the funds are going and what they're being used for, it really hits home. We also have each individual associate can do their own VAP. So they can do, we call it a VAP, Volunteerism Always Pays. So if you contribute 25 hours of your time over the course, it can be of any time of a year or 2 years to an organization, Walmart will actually give that organization a check for $250. So you're helping them out by donating your time and being involved with it, doing something that's good, and then Walmart's also topping it off with some funds that they can use as well too. So.
A lot of people don't know that Walmart supports volunteerism and, local organizations as much as you do. How can nonprofits apply for your statewide foundation?
The applications for that, there's certain designated periods. So there's during a cycle 2 and a cycle 3. It takes place beginning of April and the end of August. So the next cycle will take place August 29th to September 2nd. If you go any organization that's interested, and we encourage all to apply. And you can also even touch base after you would apply with myself at the North Walmart, or Lori is my Vision Center manager, and she's actually on the board for the state giving, so we can make sure that the grant gets through properly and everything's in line. But you can also go to foundation.walmart.com, and then you'll be able to put your application in there. But we've it's some of the organizations that received grants in the past have been great. You just talked about yours of $25,000. Last year alone, we awarded just the Wal-Mart Foundation more than $275,000 to 8 nonprofit organizations dedicated to helping out the state of North Dakota. And we talked about some of those already, but Aid Incorporated was one. Blessings in a Backpack. Junior Achievement, JA, we do a lot of work with JA. They do their big tournament, we help out, but also they helped out with a grant there. The Lutheran Social Services, and there was a couple within Minot, so Minot Commission on Aging was a great one that they helped out. The YMCA of Minot, and then we touched on the others already, the Great Plains Food Bank, and then obviously Missouri Slope United Way was a great organization as well.
Well, and Walmart does a huge nationwide United Way campaign. You're one of our top donors across the country. So we thank you for that, Tim. It's nice to see locally how you're giving back and you're supporting. And you do store grants as well. And they're smaller in size, but the store managers have more input in that?
Yep. Just in the local area, if you would come in and apply, we like to help out with a lot of anything that we can. So a lot of times we're donating some food for different activities or fundraisers that different organizations are doing. So if you have something that you need some help with, a little bit of help, swing into one of the Walmarts, whether it's in Bismarck or Mandan. You can stop up front to customer service, ask for a donation application. Or all of our Vision Centers actually take care of ours, so you can swing into the Vision Center and ask for one as well. And we'd be more than happy to try to help out with what we can.
Well, yeah, and then you also, I know you're new to the North Walmart, but you're certainly not new to Walmart in general. You're up in Minot, and then how long were you in Minneapolis?
I was a year and a half in Minneapolis, and then Hutchinson, Minnesota for about a year and a half before that.
Wow, so you have a lot of experience, but your group also helps us in food drives right around the Christmas time where people can buy food when they're grocery shopping at Walmart, which I always do, and then buy an extra, can of soup or something for our United Way backpack program, and you help us raise tons and tons of money of in-kind donations as well. So thank you to Tim Morris. Thank you to the Wal-Mart Foundation. We will be talking in just a few minutes with Anna Thompson from the Village Family Services.
Right now, 75.
The Red River Farm Network. Ag News is here on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director at the Missouri Slope area-wide United Way, and in studio with me is Ms. Pesky.
Right on.
Marketing Manager.
Right. Got a title now.
You do have a title.
It's awesome.
We hired Nicole because of her reputation was stellar. Her communications were... I told my mom, I'm like, oh, Mom, you're going to really like Nicole when you meet her.
Well, I can't wait to meet them.
You will, because they always help us out at Day of Caring.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is really neat. So they'll be in town in 1 week. I can't wait. Getting my house picked up a little bit.
That's right.
Getting some extra work done so I can take some time off.
Sounds
and
good.
Enjoy them. My mom just turned 75, and my dad's 81.
Aww. And are they driving?
No.
Is your mom laughing? Is your mom laughing right now too?
They
like,
should.
Oh,
They should drive.
So sweet. She thinks we're driving.
Yeah, it's like I want to drive home sometime. I'm from Western New York State, just kind of near Buffalo.
That'd be a little hike.
Yeah, a town called the village of Fredonia.
Oh wow.
Not Fredonia, North Dakota. Fredonia, New York. Yeah, 8 hours from New York City. So if you can imagine, it's a little bit of a hike.
That is a little hike.
A little bit of a hike.
You have to go through a few cities there.
Yep. So, anyways, they'll be here, and
we digress.
Well, it's radio. we gotta digress. We have an hour to fill.
Awesome.
So we just heard from Tim Morris from the Wal-Mart Foundation. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to the Wal-Mart Foundation for supporting our
unbelievable
United Way
that Walmart.
program. Just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so, part of what we do at United Way is we're trying to solve community problems. And one thing that we've seen is hunger. Kids are going hungry. So we started the United Way backpack program. We started the meal summer feeding program to pay for the adults because the kids were taken care of. We're really trying to break the cycle of generational poverty. So we're sending case managers into the homes of many of the families that are receiving the United Way backpacks because it's not enough for us, at least, to just make sure kids aren't going hungry. We want to know why they're going hungry in the first place. So with that being said, there's usually a multitude of issues that are causing instability in families, housing instability, and mental health, transportation, barriers for them to get back up on their feet again. Right. So we are really, really grateful to programs and agencies like the Village Family Services because they're filling a huge gap in Bismarck, Mandan regarding mental health services and parenting services. And so in studio somewhere
she's here
in studio with us today we have Anna Thompson from the Village Family Services. Thanks for being with us, Anna.
Thanks for having me, Jena.
So talk to us about what you do at the Village.
Okay, can I tell you a fun little tidbit about me first?
Oh, we love tidbits.
We do. It's true.
So you're going to take your parents to the Martin County Fair.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have taken them there before.
One time, if you can believe it. So people from New York have attended the Martin County Fair. It'll be twice now.
I'm from New Salem originally. Yes.
No kidding. Yes. Will you be there? Do you go to the rodeo?
No, I mean, I grew up going
you have to go and support your hometown.
I know.
Were you a Holstein princess?
I was.
No!
Tell us
Best
more.
Show ever.
So I had to give a shout out to the home of Salem Sioux.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It's great.
Yes. If you haven't been to see the cow, it's an exciting.
What's the history on that?
Well, I always heard the story that it was the funding, they're looking to fund either an indoor pool or a cow on a hill.
Wow.
So we got a cow on a hill.
But
I don't know if that's true or not.
If you had the indoor pool, we probably wouldn't be talking about it right now.
That's true.
That's true.
It's true. We are, we've made national commercials, all kinds of things because of our cow. So we are a dairy community. Makes sense.
It's worth exiting the interstate. Right. It's worth exiting the interstate and driving up the road to the base of the cow.
As I've met people through the years, they don't know where New Salem is, but when I say, the big cow, they're like, oh yeah, I've driven by that. So
I'm just not sure the phrase makes sense. Makes sense. But that's just me.
Did you
do
that?
I do like
Did you take your parents up to the base of the cow?
We didn't, but when I had some friends back in 2006 come visit, which was the very last time, I had people from New York actually come to North Dakota other than my parents. I know. Yeah. We got to get we got to get Josh Dumel to do a little bit more
to do a personal
marketing.
To do a personal invitation to your friends.
And so, no one wants to make the trip. And so it's kind of sad, too. My brother and his family, he has 4 kids, and his wife are taking a camper cross country. And they recently told me, could I meet them down at Mount Rushmore? And I, as a North Dakotan right now, am offended. And I said, absolutely not. You are coming to North Dakota. Yeah, they're bypassing the state altogether. Do you believe that?
No.
Shame.
Especially,
Everyone should shame him on Facebook. Yep. Go find him and send him messages. Yeah, he's one of my Facebook friends.
Yeah, just give out his cell phone number.
Well, that's exciting. Thanks for sharing that.
So we can refocus to why I'm actually here. Not to promote the Morton County Fair, but
the Princess of New Salem, would you call her?
Right.
Is it a Holstein?
The only downfall to being from my hometown was my cousins used to, say, oh, did they call your team the Heifers?
Oh, that's not nice.
That's not nice.
No.
We were the Lady Holsteins.
What's a Holstein?
It's a black and white cow.
Oh. Huh. And there you have it.
There you have it.
Tune in to Super Talk 1270. Learn everything you need to know and more about North Dakota. Okay, so Anna, I think the Village Family Services is the best kept secret in Bismarck because I feel like you guys do such a great job, but you kind of fly under the radar here.
Yeah, we wish we weren't a secret.
Because in Fargo, you're very well known. You're the premier agency, and I think you are here. I just think people don't necessarily know the people that use you love you. I mean, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is word of mouth that we're around, which I speaks good things for what we do there.
Absolutely.
But we are definitely hoping to continue to grow our agency so that we can do more to help the community.
So, Anna, talk to our listeners. Give them a recap of the services that the village provides here in the Bismarck-Mandan area.
Okay, so the village, as Jena said, is our main office is out of Fargo, but we have multiple satellite offices throughout North Dakota and Minnesota, Bismarck being one of them. We have 2 counselors there. And we have an adoption and pregnancy worker. So a lot of people know us through the adoption process. We also do family decision making, which is a really cool program. It actually is a family strength-based program that focuses on bringing families together to make decisions for their own family instead of providers doing that for them.
That's so good to empower people because
Absolutely.
they're going to be more vested in those decisions and stick with them.
Absolutely. And I think it's a great thing to do. I have done family therapy. I always look at families as being the experts on their families. Who else would be the expert besides the families? So I think it's important to put them in charge of their own well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the services that you often get referrals from United Way Partners is for child therapy.
That's right. So I am a clinical counselor, so that means that I see people of all ages through different funding sources like insurance or EAPs, self-pays, of course. But I'm also a registered play therapist, and through our funding with United Way, the education initiative, we're able to bring kiddos and their families in for play therapy through Neighbors Network.
Mm-hmm. And so what's really nice is that sometimes when they reach roadblocks with some of the families that they're introduced to and trying to help, and they can't get into services immediately. I mean, they sometimes wait 2 to 3 months, but with you, they can get in literally that same day or within that week. It's amazing.
That's right. We make our families a priority, and we want to get them in as soon as possible. It's important to provide that support to both the kids and their families, obviously.
So talk to us. I know you can't talk about individual stories, but talk to us about some of the issues that you're seeing in Bismarck-Mandan.
Depression, anxiety, I think, are always kind of the top ones that bring people in. I see kids often because they are feeling exactly what their families are feeling. Kids, I always say kids are like little sponges. So if there's anxiety going on in the home, if the family's in a state of crisis and transition, you're going to see it behaviorally through kids. So that's why, along with providing support to kids, it's important to provide the support to their families as well. But underlying a lot of the depression, anxiety stuff is trauma. And so we provide a couple of different trauma therapies at the village as well. One is the trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, which is an evidence-based practice for kids, which multiple agencies provide. It's kind of the number one go-to therapy. But the other is EMDR therapy, which I shouldn't say is up and coming, but a lot of people, I think, have not heard about it.
You know, I do want to hear more about that. I'm not even aware of what that is. So we will be taking a quick break, and then we're going to learn more about the Village Family Services from Anna Thompson.
Right now, 75.
On Twitter, Facebook, online, and YouTube. supertalk1270.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director for the Missouri Slope Area-Wide United Way, and co-hosting with me is the Marketing Manager at United Way, Nicole Pesky.
What a great show this is.
It's fun, isn't it?
I'm learning a ton, and I'm re-falling in love with North Dakota. So,
which happens every day I wake up.
Yeah, I know.
Aww.
Yeah, love it.
So listen, if you are just tuning in, you better sign up for our Day of Caring. It's August 10th. We are recruiting over 1,000 volunteers. We already have half of them signed up, which is huge.
Right. So don't even just sign up, but call your friends and bring your family. That's the other thing. We have a lot of great families that will sign up a team of 6 or 8 between friends and family, and they'll all take on a project together. So there's lots of options.
Yeah, it's really cool. Secondly, we just wanted to say a big thank you to our sponsors and volunteers and Bismarck and Mandan Public Schools for their help in helping us to make sure people aren't going hungry this summer. So far, for our summer meal program, 2,390 meals have been served to adults and 10,111 meals served to kids. We would not be able to do this without Bismarck Public Schools and Mandan Public Schools, and Michelle Wagner and Becky Heiner really stepping up and making sure that kids are getting the meals they need. And so a very special thank you to them, and also to our supporters, because we don't have a community soup kitchen, something United Way is working on. So if you're interested in being involved in the effort as we look for a long-term solution, please give me a call. We're at 255-3601. We are continuing a very interesting conversation with Anna Thompson from the village, and then soon we'll be talking with Mackenzie Fritz, our intern at United Way, who's dynamic and incredibly intelligent and just a joy to be around. So Anna, talk to us. We had left off about, just talking about what some of the issues are that you're seeing and how the village is addressing them in Bismarck Mandan.
So I was talking about trauma as being one of the underlying issues that people come in with. And it could be anything from, a recent car accident to childhood traumas that they've experienced. Oftentimes, people walk in my door with depression and anxiety symptoms, and then as we start talking about their history, some type of trauma comes out. And so we talk about possible therapies to try and work through that trauma, and EMDR therapy is one of the leading ones. It is something that they did with the community, Sandy Hook community. It is an internationally known therapy. And the wonderful thing about it is it can be very short term. People can find relief in just a few short sessions. So
what is EMDR therapy?
It's called eye movement desensitization reprocessing.
You know,
and that's
I learned
why
about that when I learned about that about 20 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, it was available back then, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I wondered if that's what it was. So how do you do that at the village?
Well, we have different methods of doing it, but it can be as simple as using your hand to have people follow your fingers and do it that way. But we can do it with people listening to tones with headphones. People can hold on to pulsars and just feel little vibrations. And it's just a simple information processing type of therapy. It's not hypnosis, but it's supposed to just bring down the distress level with trauma.
That's
and then Anna, I'm curious about the play therapy. You talked about that a little bit, how you use that with kiddos. What does that look like?
Well, I really follow a child's lead. And it depends on what they're coming in to see me for. Sometimes they need some social skills. Well, if in that way I'm more hands-on, more directive in my approach with the kids in what I'm doing and helping them to learn things. But with some kids, anxiety, different things like that, it takes them a while to kind of join in the process and engage in everything, and I just kind of follow their lead. Of course, I have my toolbox of different things to do, but it's most important that they feel safe and secure and that they can feel like they can talk about any thoughts or feelings that they have with me and know that it doesn't leave that room. So that's the most important part. And we just play.
Right.
We just play and work through thoughts and feelings, and it's amazing what kids show you when they're playing.
And so how do people pay for this? What are some options for them?
Insurance is a big one. Also, we are an EAP provider for many businesses in North Dakota. Self-pay, of course, and then through the United Way Education Initiative.
And so when you talk about self-pay, do you have a sliding fee?
We don't have a sliding fee scale.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then through United Way's Education Initiative, is it free of charge to people in need?
It is.
Thanks to the United Way donors.
Thanks to the United Way donors.
And you know, I have to say thank you for your flexibility as we work through trying to fill some of the gaps in our community, and just being such a great partner of United Way's. We see you making a huge difference in our area, especially as mental health has been one of the leading needs, unmet needs for children and adults. So.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw the recent Inforum, the Fargo Forum news article in the paper just over the weekend about people who fall through the cracks in our system, and budget cuts have contributed to the lack of accessibility to mental health care. And so it's just really important, and we so appreciate the partnership with United Way to help meet those community needs.
Well, and hopefully we can do more together as we move forward. So thank you to Anna Thompson with The Village. Anna, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, thevillagefamily.org. They can give us a call. They can find us online if you Google us. We are in Bismarck.
Perfect. Thank you to Anna Thompson. We're going to be moving on to talk with Mackenzie Fritz, our intern for the summer. Thank you, Mackenzie, for joining us.
Good morning. When I showed up to work today, I didn't know that I would have my first taste of Bismarck fame, so this is very thrilling for me. I'm very excited to be here.
So, Mackenzie, we have just a few minutes here. What's your experience like at United Way?
I've really enjoyed United Way so far. My family's new to Bismarck, so it's been exciting to see all the different community needs in the area, and throughout different internship experiences during my college career, I think this one's definitely the most personable. You can really see the effect that United Way has on the community, and that's something that's really important to me, both as an intern and also as someone who's using it for a sort of future career exploration, I suppose.
Yeah, and you've been such a huge help in doing a lot of research and helping with our summer meal program. I mean, just a wide variety of different projects. I remember your mother was one of the people my mother met when you guys first moved here, because your mother started volunteering with us at our annual luncheon, and she and my mother were commiserating about their joys as parents when their children would go to dangerous countries. And they could both relate. And because I studied abroad and then I did mission work around the world, and then you just came back from Turkey.
I did. I was in Istanbul from last September until this June 1st is when I officially landed in Bismarck.
Wow.
So I remember seeing the Josh Duhamel posters on the way to the airport and all the cowboy boots, and that's when I knew I was back.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're going to stay in Bismarck, but it's Duhamel. The Josh Duhamel.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you really got to get that one.
There we go.
It's like the caramel rolls. And
Oh yeah. I've learned so much new vocabulary.
But tell us, before we leave, what is it like after leaving Istanbul, literally weeks before that bombing?
It's been really surreal. I mean, I think working at United Way this summer is nice because it's the one or two good headlines that I've heard all summer. I think our own country and Turkey and seemingly a lot of the world is going through a bit of a rough patch. And so it's nice to know that, well, it's not nice to know that there's need everywhere, but it's very nice to know that there are people who are trying to help and fix those needs everywhere. And so through United Way, I think we've done a great job at that this summer. So.
Yeah, and you still have friends back there.
I do, yeah. I've met so many people. I mean, that's, I'm sure as you know, one of the best parts about studying abroad is getting to meet all sorts of people who you otherwise wouldn't meet. And it really makes situations like that very humanized, I suppose you would say. You realize that everyone everywhere is sort of seemingly the same, but also different. I don't know. That's kind of rambling at this point.
I do know
but
what you mean, but it makes it more real. I was just saying that regarding one of the other, tragedies that we've seen on air. So, we just have to say a big thank you to you, Mackenzie. Thanks for putting up with us. We're going to have you back
Thanks
next
for
week.
letting me bother you.
We're gonna, in 2 weeks from now, everyone can tune in because we're going to be turning the tables.
My
and
next shot at stardom.
Yes, and I'm going to make
tell
sure
my mom.
I text your mother and father and have them tune in. And I'll post something on your Facebook page so all your friends from around the world can tune in. We're just going to be a huge online blast for Super Talk 1270. Thank you to everyone tuning in. We are here every other week from 11 to noon. You're listening to United Way's Community Talk. Sign up for Day of Caring. It's August 10th. We need over 1,000 people to do some fantastic projects at our local nonprofits, and we're still accepting sponsorship dollars always. Talk to you soon.
On 1270 KLXX Mandan, Bismarck. Listen anytime, anywhere, online at supertalk1270.com.